Okay, this will be a funny one. Let's see how we go with it. Don't know how it's going to look. It's mostly shades of black and white, so we're going to do something interesting. We're going here. We're going to do it first in black and white. Come on. Damn you, Konica. Fuck you. Interface really stinks. I wonder how big. We're going to make this one a 400. So that's small. And we just got to find out how to position it. So we're going to make it look more interesting. Negative, positive. There we have it. So let's see how much contrast we're going to give this. Going all the way. The density. This is a negative image, so got to darken it. And the sharpness. So let's see just what we have that we're going to do. It's an interesting piece. I think we need a bit of paper for it, so we're just going to reach out and grab a sheet of paper off the table off there. So we're going to do something interesting. We're going to photocopy a pair of old but still unused earphones. Unfortunately, the cushions did not stay on. One of the cushions came off because this is really old and ancient. This is off my mum's old mobile phone, and it looks as if it's been. They should work. I like using old electronics whenever I can, so we're just going to put that as a background for a backdrop. We don't want to crush it with a document feeder, so let's see how we go. But basically, these should work, even though they've never been used. My mum has never used the headphones. She doesn't listen to music on the go. She's got a record player, and she just keeps playing the old classical music and sometimes she likes playing John Farnham's Whispering Jack. So she has this collection of my dad's old records. So, and now that looks interesting, but we've got to put it in a nicer position. We've got to push it up, but it looks nice like that, I think, or maybe a bit further. Let's see what we can do. Make it a better composition. So, I think we need to get closer to the edge. So we're just going to slide it up closer and a little bit out. So a bit closer to the top edge, like so. I think maybe it should be all right. Let's see how we go this time. Put the paper back on because we want a nice, interesting background. So we're going to start again. Now, yeah, these are off an old Nokia mobile phone which is no longer working and it's going to end up getting recycled. Like electronic waste should always get recycled. It's extremely toxic to the environment, and there's so many precious metals and minerals in it that you don't want to put it to waste. So this looks quite interesting. I think we're going to look at it this way. I think we've pushed it too far up, so we're just going to drop it down a bit. This is a little bit tricky getting the positioning right with things like this. So how far? I'm going to push it down or up. It's a confusing one. I think we're gonna trying to work out. It's hard to work it out. So we've got those ones up the top. So yeah, it's push it down a considerable amount, and then slide it just a little bit across. A little bit of a fuss going on here, but let's see how we do it this time. This is a little bit tricky, so let's see if we've done that again properly this time. Finish, start. Okay, out it comes. Let's see if we've positioned it nicely. Well, that looks a lot better. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better. So I'll just quickly show it to you. We're just getting a bit fussy here, so that looks quite nice. I'm wondering if we're going to do this in single colours to make it a more interesting thing. So we're just going to show it off in single colours. So we're going to go, which is pretty much the same as black except it's colour. It's a single colour, so we're going to go and do it in yellow. So these will be in yellow. Okay, finish, and then start silly Konica Minolta process there. 3-button push operation so we can simply make a photocopy. Really dumb. Not proud. I wouldn't be proud of yourselves, Konica Minolta, for doing that, making a shit like that. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Anyway, that's the yellow. And we're just going to bang off another 2 more of these so-called, these process colours. So our second one's going to be cyan. So we just show that there. Interesting. And the scanner is squeaking, which is really not acceptable for a new machine. So, whatever. Or relatively new. I've only had it probably just under 2 months, if I'm correct. And already we're getting mechanical sounds that are not terribly desirable, especially for a new machine. So I'm not really happy, Konica Minolta, with that. You care only about your fucking money, just like just about every other fucking business does, especially in electronics. So yeah, it'd be nice if things could last longer. Even phones could last longer, but photocopiers would be even better because they're such big pieces of kit that you'd want to have it last at least 10 years. But my take is to create a machine that's not only got hardware that'll last 60 years, it's going to be artificially intelligent, so it'll handle most people who are not terribly good with photocopiers. Anyone should be able to use a photocopier, but it's too complicated for most. So anyway, enough about that, but that looks interesting. Gotta go. Oh, I'm still going. Oh, fuck, I keep fumbling the button, this record button. Yes.